Good afternoon, everyone. Is it works? Yeah. So we are today gonna introduce our new type family, Jeongche, and you can see the pointed finger symbol. She designed it for this ATypI Antwerp as the symbol of this 2018 conference. So yes. And I'm Hyewon Han.
And yeah, I'm Chorong Kim.
There was a small mistake on the program book. Our names are switched, but I'm Han, like for Hangul.
And I'm Kim, like kimchi, so please notice it.
Yes, Han and Kim, yes. And we are Sandoll from South Korea, and we build fonts. So build is a verb used in architecture, and Sandoll means living stone in Korea. So if you take a look at our old logo, you can see the counter space of O looks like a stone, and our new version of logo is a slab style like a carved stone. And Sandoll has built some important cornerstones in the history of Hangul design, and with the help of forward-looking technology, Sandoll has been setting milestones on the top of previous era's legacy. And if we follow the milestones, we can see the next step of the future. So today, we will introduce our Jeongche typeface that will be the future of Hangul. And before that, let's look into the history of modern Hangul typeface. So back in 1930s, the eras of mattress engraving machine began, and as you heard in the morning presentation from Eun-Yuno, the Hangul typeface designers such as Choi Jung-ho and Choi Jung-sun represent this era. And the development of optical technology, it changed to the period of photo-typesetting, enabling the use of type by each points. And Sandoll was started by Paul Kymosok in 1984, and the first type was Sandoll Dolce, which also means stone. And it was designed for the headlines of magazine Reader's Digest, used through the film works, and it was the very first custom fonts focused on the function, not limited to the standard of photo typesetting machine. And because Hangul requires creating more than 11,000 letters, beautiful lettering works were also created at this age. And the creation of bitmap fonts followed. It was designed to be used by the early computers, word processor, and dot and laser printers. Going through this age, Sandoll became a full-fledged font foundry. Actually, bitmap font market shrunk as technology advanced, but in early 2000s, Cyworld, which was a Korean social networking service in this time, was very popular. Its users were excited about purchasing fonts to decorate their mini homepages, and every week the rank was announced, and Sandoll kept #1 for a long time. That was the last of the golden ages of bitmap fonts. And the development of PostScript and TrueType fonts led to the creation of Sandoll's earliest outline fonts. You can see the floppy disks for security authentications and the CDs and only iMacs on the package. And the main users changed because the fonts were sold as a packaged product to the general public, ceased to be sold only for print shops. And it enabled a variety of marketing. And markets for custom fonts for specific companies and devices opened up. There were two meaningful projects in early 2000s. One is Joseon newspaper typeface, which was focused on its legibility. And the other project is Hyundai Car typeface, which was very powerful for its branding. Since then, Sandoll has expanded its custom fonts projects for companies and projects such as Microsoft, Intel, and Google's Nodo series. And finally, the Sandoll Cloud service has emerged from the new type environment. And cloud service make it possible to activate the font through the application, not by installing the font files. Users can use the font service anytime, anywhere by using the Sandoll Bridge application. So this is the result of continuous consideration of the font experience and type of service, and is being very actively used in Korea. So, based on the 34-year-old legacy was the way forward. Here are the points Sandoll struggles with. Not as an individual, but as the font foundry, what missions and responsibilities do we have? If it's find out and preserve something that we've missed as time goes by, what are the things we have missed as Hangul fonts developing? And if it's a traditional heritage of Hangul, what can we do for the development of Hangul design? And is that the way for us, Sandoll, to contribute to the society? And here are our proposals.
Yeah, I'm sorry. In this context, the Jeongjae family was born to answer those problematics. The main goal of this project is make a new font style for text type. It is a long-term project, and the result is not just the font itself, but also the research paper. We've had 3 big questions to achieve this project. The first question was how to rebuild the legacy of Hangul type and enrich text type style. Actually, the Korean just ran without looking back nor preserving the heritage because of the Korean War and the post-war reconstruction. Korean couldn't afford to conserve the legacy, rather we had to put all our energy into restoring country. So at the time, we could not even think about improving the publishing environment because of the problem like eating and living. But as my colleagues have explained, we thought that it's time to really do. Therefore, we planned to design a type family that could preserve the Hangul type and writing heritage. You can see the whole plan of Jeongche family on this slide. The name Jeongche means the standard type or right form in Korean. The Jeongche family doesn't cover the whole range of Hangul type and writing history, but the important style is included, which consists of 5 categories, and each part has a pair of a font. The naming system is Jeongche font family name plus 3-digit numbers. The first digit represents style. The big figure means more contemporary style, which follows a chronological order. And the second defines weight, and the last one means width. We plan to make the whole family that contains over 170 fonts. It's big. Yeah. Number 1 and 2 are based on the skeleton of Panbonche, which is the very first Hangul style used in the printed books. And number 3 and 4 are derived from the skeleton of Gungso, which is a brush calligraphy written by the court ladies of Joseon Dynasty. Number 5 and 6 are based on the skeleton of neat handwriting used for daily writing style. And number 7 and 8 originated from the skeleton of read type period of Hangul. And finally, the number 9 and 0 are based on the skeleton of modern type style, which is called Myeongjo and Gothic. Each member has its own purpose of use and aesthetic. At the beginning of last year, we started to design the middle one, Jeongche 5 and 6. It is made for the use of contemporary literature, specifically poetry and prose. Its aesthetic is rooted in the familiarity of handwriting. So today, we are glad to introduce our first Jeongche style, Jeongche 630 and 530. You can check its printed outcome like the postcard in your child rock goodie bags. So you can check it after the session. And these two fonts have been developed almost for 1.5 years. They are also made as solution to our second question. So our second question was, is there another possibility for Hangul serif text type except for Myeongjo, especially for books? Some of you see already No's presentation in this morning. 최정호 Myeongjo is widely used in Korea. Surprisingly, most of Korean books use this chess interpretation Myeongjo. And there's no many other choices. Moreover, the publishers are quite conservative, so they don't want to take a risk by using a new font. So, I'm sorry. Yeah, so in order to be detached from 최정호 interpretation Myeongjo, we went up to the brush calligraphy. Then studied real brush strokes and writing order. I will show you a short video. As you see here, the writing speed is moderate. And the stroke contrast is not that strong. So the vertical one also. Okay. So here, you can see the stroke element analysis of Jeongche and Myeongjo style. Comparing with Myeongjo, the Jeongche expression is more close to the real brush stroke form. For example, the bumped terminal of horizontal stroke and the middle part of horizontal stroke are connected more naturally than Myeongjo. Myeongjo looks more refined stroke form considering being font. Then we studied for new skeleton and harmony of Jeongche. Hangul is a syllable-based writing system. The syllable boxes consist of 2 to 4 graphemes, and each syllable boxes are aligned horizontally from left to right. Based on this condition, we explored several possibilities of a structure. The left side has a small graphemes, and height of each letter has its proper size. This is more close to the handwriting structure. On the other hand, the right side shows a full-field syllable form. It signifies the graphemes are systematized, so it looks similar to type, not writing. So we served on this axis here and there to find the optimal position and tested the harmony. And the stroke form. Stroke form is based on the writing order. When we write the most of Hangul letters, about 93% letters, the hand moves from the top left to bottom right. So you can see here, start and start and start like that. So we apply this logic to the stroke, the form of stroke. So you can see here, we shape the bumped bottom terminal in vertical stroke just when the syllable writing is finished. And the terminal of first or second grapheme has tapered finish. Because the hand moves to the next position to write the following stroke, so there is no pause, it reflects the speed of writing. So let's take a look at this image. You can compare the structure and logic of Jeongche and Myeongjo. Jeongche keeps writing natured principle. And our last question was how to respond to the request of today's digital typesetting environment. The printing quality is really progressed. Besides, the use of the screen devices is rising on and on. And also, we use Latin and non-Latin more than before in Korea due to the globalization. As the technology changes, the needs of designers is also changing. This slide shows a spread page design of a Korean novel using Jeongche and Myeongjo. Left side is Jeongche and right side is Myeongjo. Lightweight Myeongjo, which is one of the most popular fonts for books in Korea. Okay, let's see closely. We increased overweight, however, reduced the stroke contrast for Jeongche. Actually, the original drawing of lightweight Myeongjo was made for the typesetting. So the weight of original drawing was a weight thin following the lead type drawing convention. But the digital typesetting is printed as it is, not having any distortion of weight. It means lightweight digital Myeongjo is a little bit thin and sharp to use for books in today's printing environment. Especially for the screen devices, our eyes get tired easily because of light emitting. You can compare the overall grayscale and texture here. Jeongche and Myeongjo, when we read it in small size, the fatigue level will be augmented, so an appropriate weight is important. So increasing the weight, we tested the density of each letters. As you see here, Hangul letters have a large range of density. So we scored for each element of Hangul, like short stroke is 1 point and long stroke is 2 points, like this way. We totaled up whole element score for each letter of Hangul, then ordered all letters according to this result, from low density to high density letters. And we proved the density grade based on this study and has lots of printing tests to get an optimal outcome. Hangul typesetting is quite complex and there are so many things we have to consider. Normally we just use Hangul and Latin for books, but sometimes we need also Latin extended and Hanja, which is a Chinese character. So if the font doesn't offer all things at once, the designer has to find out a font for each script and replace them. Then adjust every single letter, the size and the weight, visual alignment, harmony, so many things. So I will show you again the short video. It demonstrates the Hangul digital typesetting. Just imagine a Korean editorial designer work for a book. Firstly, he or she checks the text if there are unusual letters in Korea, like Latin extended or some special symbols. Then designers select a Hangul font. This is Jeongjae. And if this font shows some toughness, like here, designers has to make an effort to find out the font that has these missing glyphs. So here, designer replaced them with Baskerville. Also here. So there are no more toughs. Then adjust the tracking because the Latin looks a little bit tight, so we put more space. So, and then if the designer wants to put some special insert some special symbols, they have to open the glyphs panel and double click. Yeah. So now it's done. However, yeah, just choosing Jeongche. Yeah, there's no tufos, no missing glyphs. So the editorial designer don't need to pick every single non-Latin letter to replace them. Then also, like here, to insert some special symbols, they can use the open type features. Furthermore, yeah, they can choose the language on the language option tab, so French and English. Jeongjae offers an appropriate punctuation and spacing. It's done. We really did our best to make a better typesetting environment through the high-quality font based on editorial designers' needs. So we offer Latin extended that covers pan-European language and also Italy. For you guys, this is a normal specification, I know that, but for Hangul font, it's a highly significant progress.
So the last part in use, we haven't released this font to general users, but we installed it on our cloud service and provided it in 2 major Korean publishers. So we are very happy to see the font used in real printings, and the fonts is improving by their detailed feedbacks. And you can find the beautiful Jeongche postcard in your goodie bag as you given in the chair drop. Please find it, and if you don't have it, please visit our Sandoll exhibit table during the conference. And have you made our Hangul badge? You can make your Hangul name on this pin button by Jeongche typeface. So please visit our table. Yes. So usually working on fonts is compared to marathons, and Jeongjae is an ongoing project that will last for many years, including Chorong Kim and our founder, Paul Gumosok. There are many amazing designers and engineers in Sandoll. They are not here, but I especially thank to Woojin Shim, Suyeon Park, Miyeon Song, and Chorong Kim. So today we talked very briefly about Jeongche, but if you have any feedback or questions, please visit our tables during the conference and feel free to email us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you. Beautiful.